Alright, it will be time to compare the Merkava Mk.1 with the Merkava Mk.2B. Now well, up until yesterday, the Merkava Mk.1 was one of the most powerful. It was nicknamed the best tier 8 premium vehicle in the game. Well, with the release of the Merkava Mk.2B, the Merkava Mk.1 is no longer the king, as players like to call the vehicle. So, but you know, all the jokes aside, what are the real differences between the vehicle? Actually, not too much, not a big difference, and we will cover them today. Now, this is the Merkava Mk.1. Overall, a very solid vehicle, very tanky. It has, you know, one of the... It's known to have the front engine absorb all the shells, all the incoming shells, but the roof of the vehicle is kind of thin and it's very easy to overpressure the Merkava Mk.1. Now, the Mk.2 comes with composite armor, extra protection on the roof of the vehicle. It also does get extra speed, a little bit extra speed, most notably a doubling in the reverse speed. It goes up to 30 km/h in reverse. The ammo is a little bit better. It has the shell that's equivalent to the DM33A PFSDS shell. It also has HE80FS shells. It has HES shells. Overall, when it comes to shell types, you do get a variety, and I think you have 2A PFSDS shells with this vehicle. But overall, better armor, better speed, slightly better ammo, and overall better protection against, well, I would say especially against high explosive shells because of the roof armor being enhanced. Now let's start with the Merkava Mk.1. From my experience, both of the vehicles play the same. If you like the Merkava Mk.1, then the Mk.2 could be a good upgrade, and this is also one of the things that I wanted to mention. The talk about the tech tree is in full force now. And I suspect one of the two Merkavas might become a tech tree vehicle, and one Merkava will remain a premium only. Now, I think that the Merkava Mk.2B will be the premium only, and the Merkava Mk.1 might be the tech tree vehicle. However, this is me speculating, and this is, you know, not accurate info by any means. This is pretty much just me speculating things. Because the talk about the tech tree has been ongoing lately, and I just wanted to say that I believe one of these two vehicles will become a tech tree vehicle, a non-premium to be more accurate. Which one? Well, I have no idea. Could also be the chance that both will become a tech tree vehicle, while the two premiums will remain a premium as a special edition vehicle or something like that. That's left to be seen. Again, I have no idea what they will do with the tech tree, no idea what vehicles will be added or what vehicles will be removed from being a premium. We will see when they release that, but for now let's focus on the Merkava Mk.1 here. I've had insane battles with the Mk.1. Personally, I am quite excited to drive the Mk.2 a bit more often. I jokingly said like months ago that the only vehicle to surpass the Merkava Mk.1 will be the Merkava Mk.2, or you know, a different Merkava. And seems the developer said, you know what, that's what we're about to do. And the Merkava Mk.2B has been added into the game. Would I call this platoon pay to win? No, definitely not. This vehicle gets destroyed the same way any other vehicle does, pretty much. It has a bit extra protection, but let me be real, I haven't really noticed. That's a huge turret toss there, that's a big ammo rack. I haven't noticed that extra protection to do much. I mean, if you go hold down, the Merkava Mk.1 or Merkava Mk.2 will be the same. Maybe you will notice a little difference when it comes to ammo, and you know, the Merkava Mk.2B does get a little bit better ammo and stuff like that, so maybe the ammunition is going to make a little difference. But at the end of the day, the Merkava's main gun and the ammo that the Merkava is already using is more than enough by itself. You will probably not notice a big difference in the penetration between the two vehicles. They both have the average penetration of 400 millimeters, although the 2B does have better ammo. And overall, I think the vehicle has a bit more ammo choices compared to the Mk.1. The Mk.1 only has heat, only has hash and a PFSDSI, which honestly is more than enough. The Mk.1 is already pretty decent by itself. It's a very powerful vehicle. I mean, up until yesterday it was pretty much the best tier 8 premium in the game. And now the Merkava.2B has been added. Although I wouldn't really... this is where the catch is. I wouldn't really put the Mk.2B in the same category as the Mk.1 because the 2B is a seasonal offer, at least at the moment is a seasonal offer that can be changed in the future, while the Merkava Mk.1 is a big box trophy vehicle. So when it comes to the special edition, well, not special edition, but when it comes to the limited offer, seasonal offer platoons, I wouldn't really call the Mk.2B the best because the Pancake 775 I think takes the cake. I feel like the Pancake tank is a bit more potent than the Merkava Mk.2B, and the Merkava Mk.1 could very well still be the best big box trophy tank that we have in the game at the moment. However, as I mentioned before, with the introduction of the tech tree, everything can change. And if a developer is listening and watching, I think they should give us. I think you guys should give us you guys should give us some updates on how you're planning to do it, because right now a lot of players are a little bit worried about how the tech tree will look, especially when we see so many vehicles being in seasonal offer platoons, in big box trophy platoons and stuff like that. For example, if we look at the IS series of vehicles, you have IS-1, IS-2, then IS-3 in the seasonal offer, IS-4 in the Object 120 platoon. So yeah, they will have to add those vehicles in a tech tree in order to make the tech tree look natural. There is no running away from that. So we really need to know what they plan to do. I'm worried, honestly. I'm always real with you guys. I'm a little bit worried to see how the tech tree will look for tanks, planes and ships. I think that's okay when it comes to the overall tech tree lineup. Seems more natural, but for tanks I am a little bit worried, especially when you look at tanks and when you see how many vehicles are in the special platoons. So I understand the players that are worried about that. I'm worried myself. So we need to get some info on what they are planning to do with the tech tree. If a developer is watching or a community manager is watching, do let the developers know about the players' worries, because we definitely need to know what they're planning to do. Because let me tell you, those platoons that we paid for, I mean, I bought a bunch of them. They're not cheap, and if they do end up pulling out some premiums, I would say it is the fair thing to compensate players. To compensate them in such a way that it's fair based on how many vehicles or platoons are being removed. I would say that's a fair thing to do. And if you ask me, that's pretty much the only fair thing to do. Or, the other fair thing is to make duplicate vehicles, special edition, change the name or something, make them unique in one way, and then keep the premium's premium, and then you can also add the normal ones, as a normal platoon, normal tech tree vehicle. But more on that, I guess, when that was a very good battle with the Merkava Mk.1, an insane battle actually. So that vehicle is still more than capable of delivering you a very good gameplay experience. Now let's go with the Mk.2B, and of course, I kind of wanted to make the comparison as fair as possible. So the maps hopefully will be roughly about the same. I will attempt to play the same. just to give a fair and honest comparison between the vehicles, although the big difference obviously will be I can't replicate the exact same situation, so the vehicles I encounter and the amount of tanks I destroy will probably be different, but I'll try my best to give as an accurate comparison as possible. So, that's only two destroyed vehicles. Wait a second. Was that an over-penetration? I think it was. That was over-penetration, oh wow. One shell, two destroyed vehicles. Now the Merkava Mk.1 could do that as well, but not on all vehicles. This is probably one of the rare moments where the shell could make a difference. After all, you have to remember this is the shell that's equivalent to the DM33A PFSDS shell, which is good. The DM33 is decent. However, I heard that the DM33 was nerfed a while ago, so yeah, but it is still a very solid shell for this tier, and it will get the job done. So, is this vehicle pay to win? As I've heard people saying. Not exactly. Far from it, actually, because I've been destroyed by normal vehicles all day long, every day pretty much ever since it's been added, and it really depends on how you play the vehicle at the end of the day. I mean, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you know that I played literally not all premiums, but I played the vast majority of premiums, and I get destroyed a lot. You've probably had the chance to destroy me in battle. I destroy a lot of vehicles, but I also get destroyed a lot. Doesn't matter what vehicle I drive, premium, non-premium, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if the snail wants to do the snail thing, you know, you will get snailed either way. It doesn't matter what you're driving or flying, or, you know, what you're sailing, if we talk about ships. So, in this game, pay to win is something that I don't really see being realistically possible or doable, because at the end of the day, you can be the largest whale, buy a $10,000 tank, and you will still not do well with that vehicle unless you know how to use it. It's very unless it's like, you know, the only way to get true pay to win is like to put a Merkava in tier 1, for example. That would be pay to win, but obviously that's not happening. So pay to win in this game is hard to do. I tried, like, trust me, that's why I play all these vehicles. I tried to see if it's legit pay to win or not. From my experience, it definitely not, because I get yeeted by normal tanks more often than I get yeeted by premiums. So yeah, that hopefully that settles the argument. But that's a Merkava, that's a Magach 6M. I didn't really enjoy these two vehicles. I feel like the Merkava Mk.1 is probably the best vehicle of the platoon. Well, not probably, it is the best vehicle of the platoon. I didn't have great success with the other two, with the Tiran and with the Magach. I had most success with the Merkava. This vehicle feels a bit more, I guess, feels natural for me, because I've been using the Merkava as my main vehicle. Well, I guess finally a worthy replacement. Finally a worthy replacement for my old Mk.1. I'll be using this thing. I like the Merkava Mk.2B. And there'll be more Merkavas down the road as well. So yeah, so far this is a decent vehicle. I like it, and I think if you were looking for a Mk.1 upgrade, or if you just like the Merkava in general, I do recommend that you get this vehicle. If you don't like the vehicle, that's fine, you don't have to buy it. At the end of the day, play the vehicles that you enjoy. I do that myself. I play tanks that I enjoy. After all, this is the point of, you know, point of games, to have fun. But with that being said, tell me what you think about the Mk.2 and Mk.1. If you would like to support me, feel free to like and subscribe. And with that being said, stay safe. As always, I'll see you next time.